how's it going, queers? So, welcome to the black screen of death. I am currently engaging my inner liberal with this screen. So anyways, this video I had recorded, by the way, I am still banned on Xbox Store from leaving any reviews. I love that. Anyways, this video was made, actually, let me check. When was this made? Let's see, I don't know. And by the way, I'm hoping with this video that I edited through it pretty effectively. We'll see. So yeah, it was made about a month ago, just about 3 weeks ago, this video. So anyways, we're here, and I just wanted to share that with you guys that this video was supposed to come out a little bit earlier. It didn't. Whatever, who cares? But gale, by the way, what's up? If you're my fellow Kanye homeboy. Anyway. Yeah, so. Anyway, we're getting into the video here, and we're going to be talking about Tempopo, which I may or may not play the game. I don't know. I mean, listen, I have to make the time for it. Right now, I don't have the time for it. But if I do, I'll be sure to play through the game and cringe my way to death. But guys, we're here, and we're going to be talking about this piece of filth game. There's a lot of things I have to say about it. I think I rage later in the video, if I remember correctly. So what's up? So anyways, this game, everybody forgot about it, but there's so many people that shilled for it when it came out. I mean, this is getting pathetic that we're going to have people shilling terrible games like this. Really, guys? Nobody was going to like this game. This is not good. Why was money wasted on this? And people still shilled it. You're getting pathetic. And I hate gamers, by the way. I hate them. I hate gamers. And it's because of this. It's because of games like this. And there's so many like this. MechWarrior 5 Clans, that freaking game, or I think it was 5, I don't know. I think it was just MechWarrior. Anyways, don't care. MechWarrior Clans, piece of filth trash game that a bunch of freaking raging retard idiots shilled for it. It was bad. No one cares about the game. It moved on. There's so many things that come out and people shill for it, and then nobody cares after. You're a bunch of freaking clowns, and I hate gamers. So anyways, by the way, you deserve everything bad that's happened to you. You support games and developers that do not provide you quality, and they don't care to provide you quality, and you give them more and more money and more time. You are pathetic. You are a loser, and I have no respect for you. How about someday you decide, I deserve quality, but right now you don't. Anyways, guys, let's get into the actual video. Okay. Guys, how's it going? We're back. So, today, we're going to be talking about something here. Something having to do with a game that came out recently. Let me show you. So, I remember when this game got announced, and I was like, come on, man. It looked so bad. And by the way, we're going to be playing this game. I'm not going to play it for long, but yeah, you know how it goes. Oh, gosh. So anyways, what's the easiest way I can put this? Game made for ugly black girls being ugly black girls. That's what this game is. All right? It's a game that is... come on. This is Down syndrome, man. This is so low effort. It's absolutely, look at the bottom right corner of the screen. This is so Down syndrome. Seriously, you're telling me this kid is in special needs? What are we doing? Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I don't know what this whole game's about. Clearly it's a puzzle game, but it's just like, it's made for retards. And it doesn't have to be. There's so many games that are better than this, and I'm about to show to you what these retards have to say about this game, because something's happened with Game Pass where, for one, I am banned from making any reviews on Game Pass because I decided to make fun of leftists in one of my reviews. You can go see the video if you want to. It's on the channel. Anyways, because I decided to make fun of leftists, which I'll do that any day of the week, and I am in my full right to do so. But, you know, Microsoft being little tyrannical leftist bigots, they want to sit there and they want to censor and silence somebody like me. And, you know, you're about to see something in here. You're about to see something. Let me be very clear about this. You do not hate leftists enough. I will say it one more time. You do not hate leftists enough. Let me explain. Let's get into it. We're going to be spending some of our time with these raging retards. Now, understand something is that to counterbalance the people who don't like these trash woke games, and this game's absolutely woke, part of it being the fact that, where's the screenshots? I mean, this is a game made by Americans with a black lead. That's woke. That is woke. Moving on. And the blacks, once upon a time, they would have said that was woke. Oh, how these terms change their meaning. And, you know, the left, they get triggered about it, and it's like, no one cares, you're freaking cucks. Anyways, so, what do we have going on right now? With this game, came out recently. Again, I'm going to be playing it. It's getting a lot of fake praise. This is something that happens for a lot of these games. They get a lot of fake praise. Something that's been happening over time is that as these woke games come out, you have the Shill squad roll right on in. They're like, I have to stand with the colored people because, you know, white people are not being replaced enough. So they sit there and they stand for black people pride or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. So we end up in this kind of clown world scenario where we humor and we pander black people more than they're worth, acting like they're the biggest, baddest deal on the planet Earth, that everyone wants to be with them. Oh, isn't it interesting that black dudes don't like getting with black women? There's nothing different about black and white people. They're absolutely the same, but yet black dudes never want to get with black women. They always thirst after white women. Oh, that's interesting. I'm sure that both sides, yes, there's definitely equality. Oh, and every technological innovation is made by white people unequivocally. Even though blacks will try to tell you that black people are behind everything, even though there's no evidence of such. You want to know right now today's innovations are being made still by white people? Do you want to know that? Did you know that? And I'm sure that 20 years from now, blacks are going to still be saying that they were leading AI. They were leading all of the technological developments that we have today. No, we was Kangs and we're always creating Kangs. Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what? Africa has no money. Africa still has an abundance of domestic terrorism. And that's because of the blacks. And that is all your country will remain to be unless the white man comes in. And it amazes me how the white man saves blacks of their lacking prosperity, and then they turn around saying that they are the progenitors of technology, the progenitors of economics, you know, prosperity economics, an economy that actually makes money and bolsters in making money rather than dwindling. Yeah, that's white man economics. But yet you still have blacks running around acting like they are the progenitors of technology and economics. And this always happens. And then when they commit crimes, by the way, you know, bringing a knife to a track meet, stabbing a white kid, killing him. Ah, big deal. Big deal. We was Kangs. We was Kangs, guys. Anyways, these are retards. And something that you notice with the reviews in here is that we're trying to pump up. Listen, no one cares about this game. This game's an absolute failure already. No one gives a crap. No one cares about some random game with an autistic black kid. No one cares. No one cares about this, and this is woke. This is absolutely woke. But here we are. We're humoring this kind of BS. Something that you will notice that happens nowadays is that with these games coming out, you will notice that there are these reviewers who will shill for every single one of these woke games. Whether it's Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's actual people who shill for that game, by the way. Actual people, anyways. You have the shill squad, and they always run in fighting for their diversity. Oh, look at us, guys. We're so brave and we're so beautiful. And they're always arguing on the behalf of this absolute nonsense that nobody wants to be a part of. And when you call that out, they do what? And we're about to get into this here. They call you racist. They try to moralize and pressure you out of your position. The people in these comments, and this is what these people always do, they sit there, and here's a couple of the tactics that these shills always employ. One thing is that they always just give 5 stars just for the game existing. That's number one. But then when we look at what is their methodology, what is their rhetoric, you will notice that they will give a 5-star based upon the simple fact not only that the game exists, but they will be calling right-wingers crybabies for saying that this game is a piece of filth and that no one wants it and nobody likes it and it is a stain upon the economy. How did this game, by the way, get the funding? Oh, that's right, taxpayer dollars. So yeah, everyone, by the way, has a right to freaking complain about this. Why are taxpayer dollars being given to these freaking clowns? But we have to tolerate this kind of nonsense. So anyways, you have people, these freaking retard leftist bigots, they'll be sitting around calling you a crybaby for saying that you don't like a game that you paid for, you purchased, one way or another, Game Pass or not, you spent money. And here's the other tactic, the other strategy that they employ, which is censorship. They literally call for people to be censored. Look at this. This review, this is not the first time, by the way. I've been in like 10 different review sections where you have these freaking leftist retards calling for people to be literally silenced for expressing their point of view. For some reason, a leftist shill is allowed to have their views, but while you get called all these terms and all these words that they have, oh, you're a bunch of troglodytes, you right-wingers, oh, you're all a bunch of crybabies, as they demean you, and they don't get silenced, by the way, for this. If you speak in any way derogatorily against leftists, like I did, you get banned from leaving reviews. This is how Xbox works. But if the leftists call you as a right-winger any words and terms and definitions, they don't get censored. And it's only one side that's calling for the censorship. One side. So they call you trolls, they call you all these things, like with this guy. And they call, right, they say this review section is like getting out of control. What does that mean? They want people to be silenced. They want people to be silenced like a freaking piece of trash, living retard Redditor. You want people silenced because they don't hold your political opinions or prejudices. And by the way, there's no problem having prejudice. I definitely have prejudice against the freaking left. Go bone yourself. Literally go find a freaking piece of rope and chew on it. It's free. You will always find this though with these people. They are the political party of censorship. They are the political party of criminals. They are the political party of death. And yet they still act like they have a high horse and that they have some kind of grand ecosystem of virtue to leverage down upon against you, acting like they know better than you. They believe that they really are gods amongst mankind, that their ethics is a god. Of course, we've spoken about that many times before. Egalitarianism is the new age polytheistic religion. By the way, Christianity is now a part of that. Right now, I don't actually know, though, because I think more and more people are calling out a lot of modern day Christians for the fact that they are just simply egalitarians. You're not Christian. However, that's still under development, and people still to this day get triggered when you call out the fact that they're not actually Christian. But that's aside from the point. Moving on. What we have in here Look at this. Are the Microsoft Store moderators sleeping? Oh, that's interesting. So you want moderators to silence the people that you don't like hearing the positions thereof. And then you got other people calling you racist. Then you got other people calling you a crybaby. Then this guy's like, racism everywhere. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. This guy's calling you a Karen and then misidentifies what a Karen is. A Karen is someone who complains about any content / options being targeted at anyone other than them. That is not what a Karen is. However, thank you, leftists, for being a freaking retard and making up a new definition like the left does. By the way, something about the left. They consistently subvert language. That is a core tenet of leftism, is to subvert language. Take what is known and make it the unknown, leveraged for yourself and your in-group. That is a core tenet of the left. This guy's calling Trumpies right-wingers. He's calling them trumpets. See, it's so interesting that you can talk down, that you can use leftist slurs, and that's what these are. You can use leftist slurs against right-wingers, and that's okay. But it's not okay to just say that, to make jokes at leftists and make fun of them in your own way as well as a right-winger, as I've done. Again, you can go see that video, but it's not okay when you do it. You get silenced, you get banned. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that an interesting way that Microsoft chooses to do business, by the way? Piece of filth company. I hope that the company burns and dies. 1930s Germany style. 6 million hardwares must perish. Anyways, let's just read a few of these so that I can show you guys the beautiful splendor and these people and their rhetoric. All right, offsetting babies. Oh, wow. So you don't even care about the game. This is about politics for you. Got it. Some of you seem to think every game has to be Game of the Year material. No, every game should be well made because it actually takes economical energy, by the way, energy, which therefore equals currency. By the way, you got retards who don't understand that currency is all backed by energy. All currency is based within energy. So you've got metabolic energy. You've got actual, electrical energy. You got all sorts of other energy. Energy was expended. A resource was expended to make this game. Of course, people are expecting good games. Of course. You have to be a retard to act like no one should have any standards. And if it doesn't matter so much, then why don't these people make their games on their own money? Why don't they do that? Why do they have to use government tax dollars to do it? Government subsidies, whatnot. Why? Why do Americans have to lose money so that these retards can make trashy games? Why is that? Why is that okay? Some of you seem to think, okay, yeah, so we read that. It has to be Game of the Year material. Try to remember there's a kid out there, probably, you freaking EBT retard. Probably 6 years old that loves this game. There's no 6-year-olds that love this game. Zero. You want to look at the games that 6-year-olds were playing 15, 20 years ago? Like, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot. Like, there's a bunch of games, but Jack and Daxter. By the way, games made for kids used to have hot, sexy women in them. Yeah, bring that back. None of this freaking gay, homo, globo, sick filth. This freaking trash. Ratchet and Clank is another example. There's Portal is a game that kids used to love and enjoy when they were young. There's a bunch of great games that kids played. This is made for retards. And no kid likes this game. That's the truth, you freaking tard. Go bone yourself. Oh, but it was made for kids, so that's why it has to be trash. Yeah, once upon a time, games made for kids were actually good games. Once upon a time. Now we have to make, this is black people logic right here. This is literally minority logic right here. Oh, so what if it's trash? So what if we're bad at our jobs? We made it for people who tolerate bad work. Who are those people? There's none of them out there. They're out there. Keep giving us tax dollars. No, you suck at your job. You want to basically work for free. How about you actually qualify and do a good job for once? You can't do it. You can't freaking do it. And this is why you don't give the freaking minorities any money. They screw it all up. Again, with these people, they have no standards. They will stand for absolutely nothing except for their identity politics, and that's, as old as time at this point. But they will literally stand for nothing except for their own politics. You will have a trash game come out that everybody will forget about this, just like they forgot about Flint Spoken, the Siege of Frey Holland, just like how they forgot about Forspoken, just like how they forgot about Immortals of Avium. Everyone forgets about these trash woke games. Everybody forgets about these games. But everyone's going to shill them and act like this is the best thing that's come out in a long time. And then they will sit there, moralize you, and pressure you over the fact that you said, this is bad. And they'll call you a crybaby, and they'll say that you're entitled, and they'll say that you need to be censored and silenced, and they'll say all this freaking crap. And they also tell you don't be racist, even though it's like, well, I'm just being given more reason to be racist right here. You freaking clowns. You suck. Nobody likes you. You're not attractive. You're not smart. You suck at your jobs. You're taking money from the government to make dog crap. It is stuff like this that just reminds me, every reason to be racist. Because these people don't know what the frick they're saying, and they don't know what the frick it is that they're making, and they sit there, and they want to be excused of their bad results. Because of their race. And that's what it comes down to. The problem is racial. The excuse is racial. The entire thing is racial. Moving on. So they say, then grow up. This is for them, not you. No, it's not good. If this game were made on an actual budget, it would actually need to perform economically and actually make a profit. This game is losing money. Nobody funded this game in their right mind. They were all under demonic possession by the freaking EBT woke overlords. This game is a net negative on the economy. There's a reason why these games never release their selling figures. There's a reason why. And you're going to talk to me about this game's for someone that doesn't exist and then grow up. You tell me grow up. How about you stop taking people's money as the EBT freaking warlord that you are? Stop taking people's money through pro-social warfare. And how about you figure out a way to actually make a good game for once in your pathetic existence? You shill. You dirty, filthy, smelly shill. Moving on. Are you kidding me? 4 stars? I'm not even planning on playing this, but the reviews are so racist. Oh my gosh. And selfish. Selfish. People spend money to play a game, and they want the game to actually be good. Games in general to be good. Games used to be good. We're acting like we don't have better options, and then we have nothing to compare these games of modern day to. And you're going to call people selfish. Again, these people are pathetic EBT warriors, warlords, and they're just committing economical subterfuge. That's all this is. Do people really forget kids have Game Pass too? How are they affording that? If they have Game Pass, then that means they have access to better games like Ark Survival Evolved. They have access to a bunch of games better than this one. So, okay, kids have access to Game Pass. So, they're going to play this piece of... Okay, you want to know, by the way, what these kids are actually playing? They're playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Which, by the way, just released on Game Pass, apparently. Which I thought it was already free or something like that, but whatever. But that's what they're already playing. So you're a retard. You don't have an argument. This is a bad game. And by the way, remind yourself to scope out from here. The problem is not this game. I mean, this game is a problem. The problem is not this game. The game represents a problem within the industry that keeps on happening over and over again. This is economical subterfuge. That is what this is. They're taking your money to make dog filth. They are robbing you blind, or actually pretty much in the day, not the night. But anyways, they're robbing from you to make EBT products. That's what they're doing. EBT products that nobody likes, nobody wants, and loses the economy money. Yeah, that's a problem. Meaning there are going to be kid games released. Okay, that's retarded. And if these are the games made for kids, like I want leftists to think about okay, again, you don't hate leftists enough. They're freaking retards. But it's like leftists at some point, and they'll never do this, but like they should do this. At some point, leftists need to wake up, learn, and realize that your decisions have consequences. You sit there, and if you want kid games like this to be released at a net negative of profit on the Xbox Game Store, then you are going to have customers leave this platform. People are going to stop buying Xboxes, and they're going to stop investing into the Microsoft Store like they already are. And this company will go bust. You guys just need to understand that this is all in the greater scheme of things. No, it's not. This is dog filth. This is why Xbox will continue to lose customers, including me. This is why. You suck at your job, and you make excuses for people who suck at their jobs. And you make up excuses for embezzling money in the economy. That's what you do. You should actually justify your work for once in your life. You should actually make something good for once. By the way, Charles Arlington on Amazon. Check out my freaking crap. I actually make, if you want great stories, and like it's not just good stories, it's great stories. You want the best stuff that's out there right now? Go to Amazon, Charles Arlington, and go check it out. If you actually want something good that's made for once. Moving on. These people are the reason why this company will lose money. Nobody wants this dog filth. Nobody wants it. Moving on. I'm an adult. Okay, so you're even more pathetic. You're making excuses for bad games as an adult, and you should know better, but you don't because you're stupid. And no wonder you're a leftist. No wonder. By the way, leftists, they have low IQs. All right. But I had started off with my parents buying Game Pass when I moved to the 360 to Xbox One. Was Game Pass even on 360? I don't remember that. It's just sad that players are so upset when we just got a few adult-rated games. Whatever, man. You're just making excuses for games that are going to lose Xbox money. And at some point, Xbox is going to go broke as a company, and they're just going to file bankrupt and leave. You're not going... Again, the coping is unreal. Imagine being mad that a game you don't like exists. Nobody likes this game, retard. Not even you. Not even you, EBT warrior. Not even you. Ignore the negative reviews. It's a free puzzle game. It's not free. It's not free. You have to spend money for it and your time. There's only so many games you can play every day. There's only so many games you can play in a month. When you're spending money monthly, unless you're just living for free on this freaking crap, but again, EBT warrior. Again, if you're actually spending money for Game Pass, which you're supposed to be, you're only going to be able to play so many games a month. Which means, not only does this cost you money and time, but there's only a select number of games worthy of being played. Which is the economical model, by the way, of Game Pass. The amount of time that you put into a game pays the developers. Does this game deserve money? The answer is no, you freaking retard. It's not free, you piece of filth. And it was designed for younger kids Yeah, there's better games for younger kids, including GTA 5. Go bone yourself. By the way, there's a lot of piece of trash EBT warrior kids that play Grand Theft Auto 5. A lot of black kids who live they live out there shooting up people fantasies in those games. Those kids are absolute degenerates, and I know plenty about them. Yeah, it's GTA 5 is not a good game for especially black kids to be playing, but I mean, just in general, for most kids to be playing. Some kids can play it and they don't turn into absolute morons, but let's just face it, most kids. I mean, if you have a kid that goes to church every day and he's playing Grand Theft Auto 5, there's not going to be a problem with him. It's the kids that are, I don't know, they grow up in freaking the ghetto. Okay, those kids playing GTA, yeah, I don't need to say anything else. Those kids need to go to freaking church. Anyways, no, actually, no. Put this on, freaking black kids need to go back to church before they play GTA 5. These freaking degenerates who they glorify violence, and they commit violence every day, by the way, crime overwhelmingly perpetrated by blacks. Let's get real for 2 seconds here. You freaking retards, you need to go back to freaking church before you play GTA, you freaking pieces of filth. And if not, if you would rather play GTA instead of going to church first and then GTA, then you should go to prison. Oh, by the way, the guy that stabbed that one kid at a track meet because you have to go bring a knife to a track meet because that totally makes sense. He should go to prison, but here we are. But blacks and whites, they're equal, guys. They're equal. Moving on. So why the F are typical rust sweats writing reviews for a game that wasn't made for them in the first place? Because it's being made with our money. Because this is the reason games like this being released instead of games that we want, as by the way, we are the customer. You want to know where Xbox gets its money? From the guys who play Rust. From the guys who play Call of Duty. From the guys who play, Once Upon a Time, Dragon Age Inquisition, and the other Dragon Age games. But Dragon Age Inquisition, there was a reason why it got Game of the Year award back in 2014. There's a reason why. Because games used to be good. Yeah, why do they sit here and write these reviews? Because this is another reason for us to be racist, and yet another reason to be racist. And then number two, this is yet another reason to stop giving Xbox money. You freaking retard. All right, the review section is getting out of control. Like, seriously, Microsoft, is it that hard to prevent people from reviewing a game until they reach a certain amount of playtime? There's a lot of problems with that. And yeah, sure. I mean, actually, in some way, here's the thing. I don't like that entirely. There's problems with that position. However, I do agree with that, largely speaking, just on principle. You should have to play a game to review it. And by the way, a lot of these 5-star shills would be gone if... It's so funny because this guy thinks that it only goes his way, right? He thinks that leaving a 5-star review, you obviously played the game. No, a lot of these people do not play these games. Again, I've gone through this how many times? I've done how many videos on this? Most of these people leaving these trashy reviews, they didn't play the game. This guy, he didn't play the game. You know that these people did not play the game. Most people are not playing these games anymore. They're just leaving reviews. And they're either positive bombing or negative bombing. It's a one or the other. But everybody review bombs. So yeah, should you maybe have a metric like play the game 20% of, or I don't know, like play the game for an hour, let's say, before you leave a review? I mean, that would this is the issue though. These games then would have far less reviews. This only has 92. You understand that 92 would be down to like 30 reviews? Mixture of positive and negative, the shills versus the anti-shills? I mean, you don't know what you're asking for. You're a freaking retard, leftist. You're a leftist. So, retards and leftists, they go hand in hand. But anyways, you're a freaking moron. But anyways, I do agree with this. At least we would get slightly more legitimate discussion in ratings and reviews for these games. It's not like it even really matters, but the problem is that you'll get a lot less reviews. And by the way, as a developer, it doesn't look good or feel good as a developer if you made a game and you're barely getting any feedback. Now, of course, what's the problem? Well, they're getting bad feedback anyways. They're making trash games, number one. Number two, nobody's playing your game. And so, it's bad all around. It's just bad all around. But anyways, moving on. So this is the issue though. This guy just wants people silenced, or chick. I don't know who the frick this loser is. But anyways, they just want people silenced. And they think that having this restriction in place will just silence the people they don't like. It's just another attempt, another push for censorship. That's all this is for. And if you still, after they have the metrics in place where you have to have a certain amount of playtime, like an hour, and it still doesn't work and people are still leaving 1 stars, then they'll find a new reason. They have to play for 6 hours. They have to finish the game to leave a review. They have to, we just have to censor and ban them. Ban their accounts. They'll come up with something until they just have the entire discussion on their side of the playing field. That's all this is for. It never stops with the left. Didn't you learn anything from the Calico situation? I don't know what that is. I don't care. We've been asking this feature for years. Yeah. By the way, don't listen to the trolls. Game is great, I'm sure. Like a 3D Lemmings game that's oozing with charm, color, and whimsical music. Dude, just stop with the shilling. I know enough about this game that that is not even close to the truth. Whatever. Man, I'm already checking out, dude. Like, this is just bad. These people are so... Let's just go up to here, okay? Let's just read up and well... Okay, anyway, let's get through this. I'm just gonna read these then. Alright, interesting puzzler. Cute little puzzle game with interesting graphics. Not my cup of tea. So, again, why'd you buy the game if it's not your cup of tea? Oh, that's right. That's right, you're a shill. You didn't actually play the game. When people sit there and say, it's not my cup of tea, why'd you buy it? This is not a real reviewer. But good puzzle fans, see, these people are incentivized to leave reviews, but then they call themselves out by saying, this is not my cup of tea. Oh, I don't like fantasy, but I picked up this book anyways. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Like, people do this, and it's like you are literally doing this not because you actually picked up and read the thing. You're doing this just to give this game fake discussion. It's a big problem. That's what a lot of these people do. But good puzzle fans, and not my cup of tea, but good puzzle fan. Okay, dude, you don't know how to. Man, the EPT squad. Learn English, you piece of filth. It has a mode for families with younger kids. You can also create music in a garden with the plants you collect. Yes, you can do that, whatever. For all the haters in general, I just want to call this person the N-word. For all the haters in general, remember, for the current cost of 2 to 3 new games, you can get an entire year of gaming and not have to buy anything else. So just because you don't like a game doesn't mean that it is trash. No, it's trash. N-word. Absolute N-word. All right, fun, whatever. It's like Lemmings meets Captain Toad. Or the Microsoft Store moderator sleeping. Judging from other reviews, this is a simple yet fun puzzle game. If it's not the game you wanted, at least try playing the game first before writing a review. Just a reminder that there is already an overpopulation of rated M games on Game Pass, and if those are making the money, there should be more games like that. This game's not making the platform any money, so there shouldn't be any games like this. If you want actual good games for kids, then make GTA 6 or make the next Ratchet and Clank game. Make a game that kids actually play, that kids actually beg their parents to go and buy. There's a time and place where Lego games were good. Those games were really good, by the way, and fun to play. And a lot of white people in those games too. What's up? But there's always been great games for kids, and now we don't have those games anymore. Lego sucks now, by the way. My gosh, man. I mean, like, these people, God, man, they're so pathetic. All right, just a reminder that there is already an overpopulation. Yeah, so anyways, all we can do is suggest which games we want to be added. No. Oh, dude, go end yourself. And if you're saying something like that, you're so low IQ, just take yourself out of the freaking population already. It is so over for you. I cannot make you see reason. If that is something that came out of your mouth, you are literally retarded. Which games we want? Okay, we shouldn't review bomb other games just because they're not what we want. No, yeah, you should. Yeah, no, yes, leave the 1-star reviews. Which, by the way, Microsoft censors you for. It's amazing that these people sit there and they call for censorship when there's already censorship. It's never enough for these pieces of filth. It's never enough. I personally want Spider Heck, whatever that is, and party animals to return, while also adding a bunch of online party games to accommodate them. It could strengthen the Game Pass library and enhance Xbox's idea that gaming can be for everyone. No, maybe that idea is bogus. Maybe that idea is just dog crap. Maybe Xbox should go back to making Cortana naked and I call it Cortana 4, Halo 4. Maybe Xbox should go back to sexualizing Cortana and have her practically naked like she was in Halo 4. Because that's what young boys actually want to play, by the way. Maybe we should have Lara Croft hot and sexy again and make those games good again too. Maybe. What's another game that they did? I mean, Gears of War. Yeah, kids played that game too. Those games. So Gears of War 2. We can go back to what are some? Man, it's been so long since Xbox has actually had any exclusives. Let's be honest. But I mean, what else? What were their other exclusives? I forget now. Frick. But anyways, there was a bunch of games once upon a time, and then we lost all of them. But you know, once upon a time we had exclusives that kids also played, and those games were good. But now we need to have these infantilizing games are made for retarded black children, specifically retarded black girls. That's seriously what we're doing now. That's what these games need to be made for. Gaming needs to be made for everyone. No, it doesn't. It never needed to be made for everybody. If you're going to do that, you're going to lose money. Or at the very least, no one's going to want to play these games, and it's a waste of time. This game is only made as a political talking piece. The reviews reflect just that. Hopefully people notice I'm trying to support both sides of the argument. No, you're not. You don't even know both sides. Instead, you're speaking for your side like a retard. God, you don't even know you don't even know the whole conversation. This is the, oh my gosh. They censor so many people that they think that is both sides of the argument. This is unbelievable. These people, man, leftists are such living pieces of filth. Or else this will end up like any other sensible review. Whatever. Don't care. Just a reminder, if you're opposing racism, yeah, screw you, by the way, N-word. If you are posting racism here, I'm reporting you. Think hard about all that money y'all spent on Game Pass, just gone forever. Oh, wow. So, okay. So you don't like people's opinion, so you're going to go out of your way to silence them. Then you're going to report them like an actual Karen. Then you're trying to threaten them that the money they spent on Game Pass is going to be taken away from them because you reported them. So you are committing what this is economical terrorism. You're trying to pressure and coerce people with fear economically to submit to your position. That's what you're trying to do. This is what cancel culture is. It is economical terrorism. And yet you're going to sit here and act like you have the high horse. As I said with this video, you do not hate the left enough. You do not hate them enough. I'm reporting you. Think hard about all that money y'all spent on Game Pass. Oh man. That y'all. Is it just a dead giveaway? Okay, Black. Just gone forever. Please, let's test Microsoft report system. Any volunteers? Look at this. This is the new age lynching mob. These people, they literally think that they're above you. And then they're sitting here. These are actual bigots. And they're running around trying to censor and silence you because they don't like what it is that you're saying. One been reported already. You know what? Okay, for one, not helpful. And then reporting. All right. I just submitted my little report here. So, it doesn't show it anymore, but yeah, I mean, we'll see if Xbox does anything about that post, because they just want to start hunting down people to silence them on the Microsoft Store. And it's like, okay, you want to start doing that, then it's time to start fighting fire with fire. Okay, you little piece of trash. How about we also report you and get you censored? How about that, you freaking dumb, Yeah, no. Dumbass. You freaking dumbass. Go screw yourself. Jeez, these people, man. You do not hate the left enough. You don't hate them. You don't hate them enough. Screw it. And by the way, Xbox is going to do nothing. If a right-winger was saying anything like this to go around and start reporting people to silence them, I'm sure that they would get taken down. And I mean it. I've gotten taken down for less. Alright, crybabies. When will you sorry clowns actually just delete Game Pass instead of saying you will in the reviews of a game you clearly never played? No one cares, lil bro. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, so you're just gonna demean other customers because they don't like your dog filth games. Imagine a trash game comes out and you actually shill for it. Now imagine being these people. They actually think that they have a winning argument. This game, again, this game's more about politics than it is the actual game. Isn't that amazing? And they still think that they're correct? This is losing Xbox customers. And this is being brought to a neighborhood near you. This is what's happening to America. We are bringing these retards, black people, and other colored people into the country. They think like this. When this country becomes more and more of the population, do you think this is just a problem in the Xbox store? Or do you think this is a problem beyond the Xbox store? No one cares, lil bro. No one cares about you, you freaking black. No one cares about you. And no one cares about your trash games that nobody likes, nobody wants to play. And by the way, keep your hands off of the freaking white women, you little freaking piece of filth. You freaking losers. You can't freaking have your own women. You don't like your own women. And then you sit there and you act like you're freaking morally superior to white men. Go end yourself, you piece of living filth. Go get that PlayStation. People will. People will. They will leave these platforms because little freaking EBT warriors like you are destroying these platforms. Go bone yourself. It's not the sick pwn you think it is. No, you guys just keep on losing money. And by the way, keep your hands off white women, you freaking piece of living trash. Real gamers are above console war BS. It's not what this is, you freaking idiot. And again, your favorite little console, it's just going to be, you're destroying the market through your way of thinking. There's going to be no competition in the market anymore. Coming forward, Xbox will die. And it's because of clowns like you. Most fragile little babies ever, you lot. Yeah, bro. Stick with your black chicks. You little freaking retard loser. Stick with your black women. These blacks, they always act like they have a winner's argument. You didn't make your own economy. The smartphone you're using, your people didn't make that. The running water you have, your people didn't make that. The electricity you're using, your people didn't make that. If you go see a psychologist, psychology was not made by the freaking blacks. Gaming wasn't made by the blacks. We can go down the list, you little freaking tard, and then you guys don't even want your black women. Oh yeah, but you think better than everyone else, you freaking retard. No, you have a freaking room temperature, okay, lower than room temperature IQ. You have a 60 IQ, 69 if you're lucky. And you think that you're getting a one-up on your freaking superiors. Racism everywhere. Why are the blatant racist reviews being spread here? Fix this, Microsoft. Yet another person calling for what? Calling for censorship because they don't like what you're saying. You know, meanwhile, I mean, they're committing their own racism here. Again, the racism of low expectations, that's one of it. I mean, that's just blacks in general, in a handbasket. Yeah, blacks don't have any expectations for themselves or others. This is why their countries never develop. But right, if you call them out, hey, you guys don't have running water here. That's racist, sir. You need to be executed. By the way, right now, today, a lot of stuff going on in Africa that nobody talks about. The headlines don't talk about it. For instance, tons of Christians. Recently, I mean, this has been happening for a while now, but 51 Christians just got executed recently in Africa. Oh, and by the way, retards sit there and say that, by the way, Nigeria, they're actually openly persecuting Christians. They are actively against Christianity. And yet we have retards that act like that the fatherland of Christianity is Africa. No, the fatherland of Christianity is Rome, is Italy. That's where Christianity mainly stemmed from, was around that area. You could also say, right, it then spread. It doesn't matter, okay? It came from Rome, okay? It's just that simple. Christianity was born out of Rome. You freaking retards, not Africa. And then if we want to look at, of course, the Old Testament, who knows where the frick that actually came from? And who knows what the race of people were at what time when the Bible was made? They want to say the Ethiopian Bible, which whatever. Yeah, I mean, dude, blacks can't even write or read, and we're going to act like they can make a freaking Bible, by the way. How freaking retarded are people? But anyways, outside of that, we don't know who was in the Ethiopian region at that time because, right, groups move across time to different destinations. So who knows? It could have just been a bunch of Arabs who made the Ethiopian Bible. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't know who they were. We don't know who the authors were. We want to say because it was maybe Ethiopian, it was black people, even though there's no evidence. Moving on. It's just retards. Just retards. So anyways, again, this review section just gives me every bit of reason more to be racist. It's every time that a black opens their freaking mouth, there's always more reason to be racist. Every time. I'm waiting for the day that these people actually open their stupid mouths and I have less reason to be racist. I am looking for the day and it still has not happened. You freaking pieces of living filth. For one, keep your hands off the white women. Have your own women. Because it's you guys are equal to whites, am I right? So have your own women. It's equal to a white woman, right? Right? Anyways. And move back to Africa. Again, these people always give me more reason to be racist. And they can't even just try. Can't even try. And they want to storm into your country, and right now, they're trying to replace Americans. By the way, being American is not being black. It's not being Hispanic. All right, game of the year, apparently, okay? L racism, had a grand time. No, you didn't. Nobody likes this game. You're a freaking clown. Again, this is all about politics, not about the game. So how's the game of the year? Oh, it's game of the year because you don't like racists? God, these shills. The entitlement, by the way, yet another reason to be racist. The entitlement of the Karens. A Karen is someone who, yeah, blah, 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 blah. We know they're not totally illegitimate. You don't get to be the only ones who get content. Okay, so everyone's entitled content now. So you have to steal money from people and you have to redistribute it so that people who don't deserve games now need to be given games. I mean, that's the idea here. Anyone who spends money gets content targeted at them. Okay. Yeah. Great job, socialist. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. That's how capitalism works. Remember when you liked okay. Nice. This is how a socialist looks at capitalism. Good for you. No. What makes money is what sells. This doesn't make money, and nobody in their right mind would have ever funded this outside of DEI. DEI is a socialist governmental campaign, economical campaign. That's what DEI is. This is not capitalism. This is central planning. Yeah, this is socialism, you little freaking piece of filth tard. Jeez, man, these freaking EBT warriors. Yet another reason to be racist. Every time I read these freaking reviews, it's just another excuse, another reason. It's like, I've tried for years not to be racist, and I just keep on seeing these people be freaking retards. Every time a black kid kills a freaking white kid, there's always an excuse by these people to say, oh, well, the black kid was being oppressed. Well, you don't get it. We have to kill people. It's always an excuse for them to just do stupid crap. Yet another reason to be racist. All right, so remember when you liked capitalism. You need to go end yourself. Not when it benefits someone else, I guess. Literally go end yourself. Like, I wish with your own dollar. This game would have never been made if some kind of freaking black developer, or whatever the frick these people are, actually made this game themselves. This game was made on government daddy's money. Nobody wants to buy this game for a reason. And then they act like, what? They sit there and they act like, oh, they act like it's to benefit someone else outside of yourself and that you're being selfish? Okay. Maybe if y'all actually had any money to spend on games. Oh, so that's what, okay. So that's where we're going now? EBT warrior? Devs might care what you think, but you don't. Do these people even know the game? You are talking this way on this game, on Tempopo. This piece of filth game that nobody likes. You are serious. It's losing money. You're seriously grandstanding on this game? Wow, man. Dude, these shills are getting desperate. And again, stop race mixing. Stop mixing with the white women. You're just going to screw up the white race even more. All right, so where were we? Oh yeah, so devs might care what you think. Do you think I actually want devs like this to care what I think? I want devs like this to lose their jobs, like they will, but I want them to permanently lose their jobs. They do not belong in the industry. But you don't, which is why you all show up crying on Game Pass games. And why you keep making stuff that triggers your tender little it's always back down to feelings. Remember this about leftists? All of it is projection. Because like, this is not about, for anyone like me, and there's a bunch of people, right, that say things like what I say. We all know it's not about our freaking feelings. When someone says, oh, your tender little feelings, it's like, why are you talking about that? That's nothing to do with the conversation. Oh, that's right. This is projection. This is about you and your little feelings. Because you are fighting for an ego investment, because you're fragile, and you can't live with the fact that nobody cares about this black girl game. And nobody ever has. There's a bunch of other games like this, and nobody likes those games. Thirsty Suitors, remember that game? Nobody likes it, nobody cares about it. Dustborn, remember that game? Nobody likes it, nobody cares about it. These pieces of filth. The entitlement is so embarrassing to watch. Projection, remember, do not even defend the point. Remember, this is projection. All right, you entitled little child. Again, keep your hands on your black women. Tourists should go back to Twitter and pretend to be oppressed. Because they are being oppressed. Christians, who are largely white in Africa, right now are being killed in Africa. A lot of people are executed on the daily by the melanated mafia. Yeah, people are actually oppressed by your freaking little retard group of everyone loves you so much minority group. Screw you. Just screw you. Your freaking minority group. Nobody cares or likes you. Everyone's fed up with you. And then you sit there and you act like you're above the world. And then you project onto everybody else your feelings, entitlement. How about you live your life on your own money, you piece of filth? Oh, that's right. You need the government to take money from people so that you can sit here and trash on Americans. Go screw yourself. Move back to Africa. Tourists should go back to Twitter. Okay, this place is for gamers. Oh. Again, this is why Xbox is going to die as a company, because these are the people that you're pandering to. So anyways, all it takes is seeing a POC and they start crying. How about this, you freaking retard projection activists? We see a POC, nobody wants it, including your own people, including your own men. They don't want their own POCs. And the market leaves you. The money leaves you, your area. How about that? If it was not for the government robbing the American people blind, well, okay, again, it's under direct sunlight, so okay, but if it wasn't for the government doing this, you would not be getting these piece of trash games. So again, I wish I could just say something much worse than this. These people just need to go back to Africa. Just go back to Africa. Everyone's fed up with you. You always make excuses for being trash at your jobs, and you always make excuses that everyone needs to tolerate you and your filthy existence. People are fed up with this. They're fed up. And people like you cannot grow up, and you sit there and you shame other people to grow up when you are the child. You suck and nobody likes you. Moving on, guys. All right, that's the end to this video here. We went a little bit longer than I was planning to go for this video, but you know, this is yet another excuse, another reason to be racist, you know. Once upon a time, I was always sitting there being like, oh, please stop giving me reasons. Now I'm just like, okay, it's just another nail in the coffin. Sorry, it's another nail in the freaking slave ship. Bring them back. Put them back to their freaking people. Americans have had it with this freaking group of people, with this freaking demographic. People have freaking had it. It's freaking enough. You do a terrible job, you suck at what you do, nobody likes you, and then you shame everybody, and you tell them that they need to tolerate you more. No, you suck. No, and you need to be sent back to your country. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the next video. We've got other things to be addressing here. But, yeah, I mean, these people are freaking pathetic. It is beyond me. And I legitimately, I think to myself, this is why movies got bad. This is why television shows have gotten bad. This is why gaming is now bad. It's because it used to not be made for everyone. It was made for the people who matter. It was made for people that people actually look up to. Yeah, and that's white people. It was made by and for the people that matter. But once everybody wants to become a part of something, that is when that thing loses value. Right now, America is going through this problem as we speak. Everybody wants to be a part of America. Everybody wants to move to America so that they can pillage the economy and take all the value out, embezzle the money for themselves. That's why they're in America right now. But because everyone's coming to America, America's turning into a freaking crap hole. And if you know, you freaking know. Everywhere you look, it's a bunch of freaking minorities now in America. America's no longer the land of, well, everything that was good. Whatever you can think of. It's not the land, it's not land of the, it's not home to the brave. It's not land to the beautiful or to the strong and to the intelligent. It's none of this. It's no virtue can you think of that America is home to anymore. America is now home to minorities. America is now home to low-quality genetic people. Sorry, low genetic quality people, but you know. You can say it either or way. It doesn't matter. America is now home to a bunch of minorities who are pillaging the country dry. America will die as a country. If you know anything about where the country's headed right now, there is nothing that will save it. The only thing that will save it is get rid of all the minorities. Then America will have another golden age. But because no one's willing to admit that removing minorities from America will make it better, you will watch as the country slowly burns away. This right here, this comment section, or well, review section, is just a bunch of freaking minorities. And you're seeing on full display their low IQ rhetoric right here. This is why gaming sucks now. This is why movies suck now. This is why television sucks now. And progressively, this is why America already sucks right now. And it's going to continue to suck going into the future. There's only one solution. There's only one solution. But everybody's afraid of being a bigot. So we're never going to have the solution now, are we? Anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the next video. We've got a couple of things that we're going to be addressing here. So I will catch you then.